Stop for a moment and ask yourself, is every decision you make truly your own desire? Or perhaps, for a long time, without you realizing it, your mind has been programmed, guided, even controlled by something you never questioned. Some people will deny it, insisting they are free. But the truth is, they live inside an illusion created by the world, and only a handful of souls dare to open their eyes to realize that true freedom is not about your body, but about your mind. Stay here, because what you're about to hear next might shake your belief about who is actually controlling your life. Stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is it true that everything you think, every decision you make, every path you choose, is entirely yours? Or perhaps, for a long time since you were a child, maybe even since you were born, your mind has been programmed, guided, controlled by something you never noticed. Many people will reject this idea. They will say, impossible, I'm free, I have free will, I determine my life. But that is the most dangerous form of control. When you feel free while every step you take has already been guided. Imagine a wooden puppet with strings in its hands. It dances, it moves, it jumps. From afar, it appears alive. Yet in reality, each movement is only the result of string pulls orchestrated by the puppeteer. The question, have you been living as a free human all this time? Or merely as a puppet whose strings are controlled by the world? Chapter 1. Programming since childhood. Since you were born, your mind was not a blank sheet. The world immediately inscribed its programs into you. Your family teaches you what you may and may not do. Your school teaches you a way of thinking that is considered correct. Society pressures you to follow the norms it creates. The media force-feeds standards of beauty, success, even the way you see yourself. Have you ever realized that many of the things you consider your desires are actually inheritances from your environment? Your desire to have a stable job, a house, to marry at a certain age, or even to have a body of a certain shape, often are not the soul's original desires. They are the result of programming. You might believe you want to be successful. But who planted the definition of success in your head? Is that truly your voice? Or is it the voice of advertisements, the voice of teachers, parents, neighbors, quietly shaping the course of your life? Chapter 2. Subtle mechanisms of control. Mind control does not always come with force. It comes subtly. It comes in the form of beliefs. It comes as truths that seem indisputable. Small examples. When you believe, report card grades determine your future. When you are convinced, money is the measure of success. When you feel you must be liked by everyone to be accepted. Who implanted all that? Have you ever sat down, reflected, and asked, must life really be like this? This is how the system works. They don't need to hold a gun to control you. They only need to arrange what you believe. Because once your beliefs are locked, all your actions will follow. Chapter 3. The illusion of freedom. Many people shout, I'm free. I can choose anything. But look at the choices available. You want to buy clothes? The choices have already been determined by the market. You want to work? Choices are narrowed by the education system and job openings. You want to be happy? The definition of happiness has been set by ads, films, and social trends. The freedom you feel is only the freedom to choose among pre-selected options. That is not true freedom. It is merely the illusion of freedom. Chapter 4. How is your mind controlled? There are many mechanisms. Environment from childhood. What you hear repeatedly is what you come to believe. That is why a child who is always called stupid grows up believing he is indeed stupid. Mass media and social media. Every day, advertisements, news, and social media algorithms shape your thought patterns. What you see repeatedly becomes the truth to you. culture and tradition. You often feel guilty simply because you do not follow what is considered normal. Yet, normal is relative, repetition and suggestion. Words that are repeatedly spoken to you, even without your awareness, penetrate the subconscious. That is why people more easily believe lies that are repeated than truths that are told only once. Chapter 5. 90% of people live inside the program. They walk every day with the same pattern. Wake up, work, go home, sleep. They never ask, why do I do this? Is this truly the life I want, or just a life programmed for me? 90% of people never realize their minds are being controlled. They are like fish born in an aquarium. The fish feel free, swimming anywhere, but actually it only moves within invisible glass boundaries. Chapter 6. What if you become aware? This is the difference between ordinary humans and the chosen soul. The chosen soul will begin to ask, is all that I believe really mine? Is it possible for me to create a new definition for my life? Do I dare break out of this program, even if it means going against the current? When that awareness emerges, a revolution of the mind begins, and when your mind evolves, your life will change too. Chapter 7. How to free yourself from control. Do you truly want to be free? Then you must dare to do 3 things. Recognize the program. Write down the beliefs you have held. Ask, is this really mine or merely an inheritance from others? Dare to question. Don't accept all the truths offered by the world. Train yourself to always ask, is this really so? Create your own definition of life. True freedom does not mean rejecting all rules. True freedom is making your own rules and living according to the voice of your soul. Chapter 8. The danger of becoming aware. But be careful, because once you become aware, the old world will not welcome you with a smile. People will laugh at you, call you strange, even distance themselves from you, because those still bound by the program will always feel disturbed by those who are free. But that is precisely where your strength lies. True freedom is not cheap. It demands courage, and only a few can afford to pay that price. Chapter 9. The revolution of your mind. Your mind is your weapon. If you let it be controlled, you will live as a slave to the system. But if you dare to revolutionize it, you will become the master of your own life. Imagine a world where humans no longer live by old programs. Imagine a world where people dare to think for themselves, dare to create new paths, dare to swim against the current. That is called a revolution of the mind, and that revolution begins with you. Now ask yourself again, are you part of the 90% who are unaware, living like puppets? Or do you dare to be part of the 10% who tear those invisible strings apart and live as free humans? Remember, your life is not an accident. Your life is a reflection of your mind. And when your mind changes, the whole world around you will change too. Welcome to Mind Revolution.